this is Christine Robinson from the Argus Foundation, here with your local government report for the week of June 22nd, 2020. The school board has their next meeting this week on Tuesday, June 23rd at 3 p.m. There are 3 items on the agenda: approval to advertise school board policies, a proposed amendment to the interim superintendent's contract to reimburse her for leave she is unable to take due to the COVID-19 state of emergency, and board selection of superintendent finalists. The school board policies item relates to the advertisement of the following policies: bullying and harassment, policy prohibiting discrimination, discrimination and harassment complaint procedures, and the student dating violence and abuse policy. The last item, the board selection of finalists, had no attachments with the agenda as of the time of this recording. The hospital board next meets on Wednesday, July 9th at 8 a.m. for a strategic planning session. This is a closed meeting. Their next regular meetings are Monday, July 20th, starting at 9 a.m. The Venice City Council has 3 meetings this week: one regular meeting on Tuesday at 9 a.m., a budget meeting on Thursday at 1 p.m., and a joint workshop with the Planning Commission on Friday at 9 a.m. on land development regulations. On the Tuesday Venice City Council consent agenda are several agreements with various unions for the use of vacation time during COVID-19. Employees are required to use at least half of their vacation time they accrue every year or lose it. This waives that provision this year, as several employees are unable to take that time due to the state of emergency. Scheduled for final reading is an ordinance on emergency medical aid fees. The City of Venice will assume control of the emergency medical services within the city from Sarasota County beginning October 1st, 2020. This ordinance establishes fees to recover the associated cost of providing that service. There is also a resolution establishing a fee schedule under new business. The city will also be considering an ordinance amending their impact fees. Among the changes is inclusion of a general government impact fee. The City of Venice will also be receiving a COVID-19 update. The Venice Environmental Advisory Board has a meeting on Wednesday at 1 p.m. where they will be discussing the land development regulations. The City of Sarasota next meets Monday, July 6th at 1:30 p.m. The City of Sarasota Development Review Committee and the Board of Adjustment are meeting on Wednesday this week. The City of Northport has their 3 district governing body regular meetings on Tuesday at 4 p.m., followed by their regular meeting at 6 p.m. The solid waste governing body will be discussing the long-range plan for solid waste organics, garbage, and recycling transfer station. The Commission will be considering 4 disposal, transfer, and cost options for organics. These costs range from a little over $300,000 to a little over $850,000. The Road and Drainage Government Body and Fire Rescue District will be approving the application and acceptance of several grants. The regular Northport City Commission meeting has a second reading of an ordinance calling for a referendum to determine whether to amend the city charter to remove the designation of the deputy city clerk as a charter officer. There are several proposed ordinances under first readings, including an ordinance regarding an additional property tax exemption. This would be for persons 65 years old and older with an annual income limit of $20,000, as long as they present a sworn affidavit with documentation by March 1st of the year. This will give this group of people an additional $25,000 of homestead exemptions. Another referendum is under consideration. This referendum would determine whether to grant the City Commission the authority to allow economic development ad valorem or property tax exemptions for new businesses and expansions to existing businesses. Under second readings is an ordinance amending the fee structure for building fees, reducing them by 25% permanently, which would still leave the fund with a sizable fund balance. This is extending the temporary reduction that occurred to help local businesses reopen due to COVID-19. That temporary reduction will end when the city emergency ends. Finally, under general business, the city will be reviewing their quasi-judicial procedures and may bring back an ordinance for first reading. The Sarasota County Commission will not meet until July 1st and 2nd for budget workshops. They last met on June 3rd. That is the Argus Foundation Local Government Report for Monday, June 22nd, 2020. Stay tuned to our Facebook and Twitter pages for updates, including posts with the Florida Governor's COVID-19 press conferences. Until our next update, be well.